Welcome to another exciting episode of our chess mastery series. In today's video, we will explore a game-changing technique that will transform the way you approach piece development. Say goodbye to aimless moves and hello to the strategic brilliance as we delve into the art of thinking beyond the immediate possibilities and instead envisioning the final destinations for our pieces. So let's imagine that you're playing this position with the white pieces, and I'm asking you to improve the knight on c3. What ideas are coming to your mind? The biggest mistake that people are making when they're trying to improve the pieces is they're envisioning only where the piece could go now. So once I ask you to improve the knight, perhaps you're thinking, well, the knight could go to e2, it could go to b1, a4, and b5. That's not how I recommend doing that. Imagining that I'm taking this knight off the board and putting it in my hand, and then I could place this knight wherever I want. Usually the knight belongs on the so-called outpost or weak squares. Those are the squares that opponent cannot attack by pawns without causing themselves lots of problems. Now I would like my knight on f5. That's a so-called weak square because the knight is not kickable away by black's pawns from there. Now once I envision that I want the knight there, then I'm considering the route to get there. And sometimes you won't find that route. Sometimes it's not possible. But when you can, you're going to improve your pieces much more effectively and to much better squares. So let's observe how this game was played. White played rook dh1, which improves the rooks, and as well as preparing the maneuver knight d1, knight e3, knight f5. We had knight g6, knight d1, and in a few moments the knight was amazing on f5. There is no way on earth that we're taking this bishop on g7 unless there is a very concrete follow-up. This knight over here is incomparably better. Then we're using the same approach with the queen. So we could ask, where could our queen be best placed? And we're not thinking where the queen could go now. We're thinking where we want to end up on. And I like h7 square. That's a square I want. So now, Grandmaster with the white pieces, Benko is finding queen d1 and then f4. It doesn't matter that we give up a pawn. What matters is that we get those tactical opportunities over there. It's much better than going back to h2 behind the rook. We have takes on f4, queen h5, we have queen h7, and then black is resigning after queen g7 because everything is falling apart. Let's practice this in one more example. Over here, white's bishop is bad on f3. What I would like you to do is improve it. Where should white go to improve that bishop in a few moves? So we're not thinking where the bishop could go now, we're thinking where we want to end up on. And that is going to be the b3 square, this diagonal. There are many squares where the queen could go, and perhaps a lot of them are right. Kramnik chose queen c1 because queen cannot be hit here. So there is a closed file and black's rooks cannot bother the queen. And then we're going to be going bishop d1, bishop b3. So in a few moves, black decided to exchange the queens, and white's position has improved dramatically, with this bishop being one of the best pieces on the board instead of being one of the worst. If you found this helpful, consider hiring me as your personal online chess coach. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.